Hello everyone, so this is what we are going to work on today. So here, if I cause any conflicts in the key mapping, so now I assigned space to move forward and jump was also had a space as a key assigned to that. Now it became none, so there is a conflict. So if I try to apply, now you see you have key mapping conflicts, resolve them first. I get that message. So this is what we are going to work on today. So if I reset or if I assign a different key or whatever the way, if you resolve the conflict that you have, now if I press apply, I don't get that warning anymore. The key mappings are already applied. So yeah, that's what we are going to work on today. Now this apply button is actually working here. So here, for example, let me stop and play again. Now these are the changes we see here. If I apply something, let's say R, and apply here, now stop and come back, this is applied. But let me change this back to W, and if I stop the game without applying and come back, play again, see this is still R because I didn't press apply. So apply button is actually working now. So those are the things we are going to work on today. So before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can download anything without any limits. And also, here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is implemented and explained from scratch. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself. Alright, now let's get back to today's episode. Okay, so as of now, if I play the game and deliberately make some, let me make some conflicts in key assignments. Here, let me assign a space, and now this is not, but if I press back, it goes back. So that's the first thing I want to avoid. And also I want to use this apply button, so only if I press apply, these key changes will be applied. Okay, so for that, let's open our widgets and control options. Here, now first I'll add a event as conflicts. Okay, and then when I did key mapping, here I use this check for conflicts. So here initial I'll set as conflicts to false, and if I have any kind of a conflict here, when I set to unassigned, I'll also set as conflicts to true. Right, now this variable will be true if I have any key mapping conflicts. Okay, that's first thing. And also here, update key mapping. I don't want to do this apply settings and save settings in the update itself. Instead, I'll add another variable as unsaved changes. Set that to true here as well. Now we have a function already implemented for this apply button. Now let's override that. Apply options here, this one. So before, what do we have in the parent? Nothing, so it doesn't matter then where I call this. So here, first I'll check if we have any conflicts, and if it is true, we need to show a dialog box that says you have key mapping conflicts, resolve them first, something like that. and then we can apply. So this is how we apply. Here you get the enhanced key input local player subsystem and get enhanced input to user settings, and then call apply and save settings. Okay, so now I'll do that. Here, apply settings, then save settings. So if it is true, if we do have any complex, now we need to show a dialog. So for that, we have already implemented the dialog box here in the main menu for this. So I'm going to reuse the same thing, but we would need some changes. The first thing is this resides in the main menu, and I get that dialog through this get dialog function, which is basically this. So let me copy this function into the parent of controls options. So we can access that too. And I'll create a variable, compile. Now this function get dialog will be available for our control options. So here I'll call get dialog. Now here we have this show dialog, but this would show this. Let's do it first. Message is you have on key mapping conflicts. Solve them first. Okay, so that's all I want to show. Go to settings, controls, reset, and apply. So it works. So if I try to add a same key and apply, see, you have key mapping conflicts, resolve them first. So we get yes now, but this should be this is not a yes no question. This is more like we should have only one input that says okay. So so we would need a function like that. So here we go to this widget. This is the widget. So it's not visible because there is an animation. So that's why you don't see anything. But show dialog. So I'll rename this. Show dialog with two inputs. And here we have button yes. Set visibility to visible. And we need to set the text of this button as well. We have CT button text variable here. Set text. I'll add a new variable here. This is the text. So text input 1 with two buttons. Not inputs. Okay. Or let's say show two button dialog. Okay. So button 1 text. I'll add the default value yes. Right. And another input button 2 text. and set the default value. No, because they were the default values that I already have, so that I don't really have to make any changes to the places that where I already call this. So this context, then no, button to text. Okay, now let me check to make sure this is still working without any issues. Nice. Now similarly, let me duplicate this function and I'll call it show one button dialog. Now here I only need button one text. Okay, so I need to make the first button visible and this one collapsed, so we don't need this part. Okay, now here control options, instead of this, let me copy this, it's gonna be the same. So one button dialog. So the message is this, button one text is okay. Right, let's see. Let's make a complete. Now this is done. Try to apply. You have Keymapping conflicts. Resolve them first. Okay, so it's gone. If I try to apply again, you have Keymapping conflicts. Resolve them first. Okay, so now let me reset. So they are back to original values. There are no conflicts. Apply. So we don't get the warning anymore. Right. Now when I press back, it goes back. But here, let's say now that maybe I'll leave the you have unsaved changes, save them first before going back, or discard them. I need to show that kind of a message if I have any unapplied settings, but I will leave that for the next episode. This is enough for today. Okay, so thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the version page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.